All right, this is my friend Ben, and Ben has some bees at his house, and so he's going to tell us a little bit about them, and then we're going to take a picture of them.
Yeah, the bees, they showed up. I don't know really when they showed up, but we started to see them like flying around, and we didn't really know what to do, so we called you guys, and yeah, and now we're trying to find out where the bees really like home is, so yeah, we're trying to find out where all the honey is.
Okay, let's take a look at the bees, where they're going in. So they're going in just under that, you can see them flying in. Let me zoom in a little bit. They're flying in and out underneath the trim board that's on the outside of the joist. So we think they're inside the ceiling, inside the house. Hopefully they're, or in the wall, but I think they're probably in between the joists. So we're gonna get them from the inside. So, excuse my shaky hand. All right, so I've drilled a hole in the ceiling because we don't know exactly where the bees are. And so I have a tool, and I got my helper Ben here. He's watching for the bees. So I'm gonna, I bend a little bit so I can kind of turn it. So we're gonna stick it up in the ceiling, and let's see what we can see. Hold on, Ben, let me hold it still.
Okay.
All right, tell me if you see anything.
Yeah, I see something.
What do you see?
I see like a little hive. I see like a bunch of bees.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, great. We know where it is now. Good job,
Awesome.
Ben.
Way to go, Ben. Sweet. All right, so that's where we're going to drill.
Okay, we've torn a hole in the ceiling, and this is kind of the edge of the colony. So I'm guessing it, and looking at it, I'm guessing they came in there this year. That's what they said. And I don't know if you can kind of see that, see those in there. So we're going to start vacuuming the bees off because we're inside the house, and then we'll remove the comb one piece at a time.
Okay.
We turned the vacuum off for a minute so you could kind of hear us narrate this, but we're taking out the comb, and they're kind of big pieces of comb for this mace. It's always, they don't like this. Yeah, it's something, I must have squished a few. And then what we do is
That's awesome.
turn on the fan. Turn on the, oh wow, that's soft.
We'll turn on the vacuum now and we'll start vacuuming off that loose. But we're going to take that piece of honeycomb now and rubber band it in to an existing frame. Walk over that way because the bees will come to that honey. hold the frame and video from this point, but
That's why.
hopefully you'll be able to see this okay. Okay.
So we found our first piece of brood. What's interesting is there is a wire that goes right through the middle of the comb. So that's the brood comb. We'll vacuum that off.
Just hold there for a second.
Yep, that's where the baby bees are born. Okay, we've cut out all the comb. Our one issue now is the worker bees are coming in with loads of whatever they're out hunting for, and we got to figure out a way to block that hole and keep them on the outside. But we're going to scrape that up and clean it up and wrap up this job. All right, we've returned with our quarry. You can kind of see some of the brood frames that we recovered. I'm going to take them out and let them give them a little room to drop. There isn't too much brood on there. Alright, so give this a quick kick.
So just by way of narration, that's what the middle of the bee vacuum looks like. All the bees are flying. Right, let's hope they adjust to their new house.
Oh, there's a queen right there.
Really?
Yeah. She's marked. She's right there.
Really?
She's on my... Oh, go back in. Go back. Where'd she go?
I have no idea.
Shoot. We may have just lost our queen. Hopefully she'll come back.
Well, let's hope she comes back. That would be a sad thing. So obviously it was a swarm from someone else's colony if she was marked. All right, that will be a new colony, hopefully, if that queen comes back. Stay tuned.
All right, the bees are in their new home. Just a little editorial. After I dumped the bees into the box, as we were vacuuming, we just couldn't see the queen, and so she got sucked in with all the other bees. And as I dumped her on into the box, there was a pile of bees that I put in an inboard feeder on there, and she was right on top of that inboard feeder, and I thought she was going to come out, and I didn't want to squish her with a lid, so I reached down and tried to touch her in, and she jumped on my hand, and then she flew, and I couldn't tell whether she flew away or if she flew into the box. So hopefully she flew in the box, and we didn't do that 4-hour extraction just to kill the bees on accident anyway. They were going to die for sure. The homeowner was going to spray them if we didn't rescue them. So we gave it our shot, but hopefully the queen went in. It was clearly a swarm from somewhere else, and it had a marked queen. So wonder where the neighborhood beekeeper was that choked up that colony. All right, one of the hazards of beekeeping is getting stung. You probably couldn't tell on the video, but I had gloves that the bees can sting through, and a couple times I was a little awkward, so I got stung 4 times on that hand, so it's feeling it a little bit. I can't straighten my fingers anymore because it's so swollen. Anyway, hazard, it really isn't a big deal, and that's why I wear protection. I'm a little bit allergic to bees, so I don't like getting stung, but sometimes it happens when you're handling bees like that. Okay, one last step I almost forgot. When we were extracting the colony, we tried to put as much honey into the box as we could. The problem with honey is it's so heavy. When you put it in the frames with the rubber bands, it'll tilt to one side and literally go right through the rubber bands because it's so heavy. And so we did collect a little bit of honey and comb in the bucket, and what we'll do is we'll just use this potato and just smash it so that we get all the honey out of it released, and then I'll pour it into a filter so that the honey doesn't go through, and it'll just go through the filter, and we'll just have the honey left. Alright, so you can kind of see we got this honey wax mush, and I'm just going to put it in the filter so that it'll drain out the honey and leave the wax. So that's going to take a while. Just wanted to show you what that looked like.